Hey guys, Dr. David here. In this video, we are going to talk about everything foam rolling. We're going to talk about what foam rolling even is, why do we foam roll, how do we foam roll, and then we're going to take you through a whole demonstration on foam rolling all kinds of different muscles in the body so that you guys feel comfortable as a DIY technique at home. One of the first questions that I get in the clinic when patients come in and we start doing physical therapy is, what is foam rolling? How do I do a lot of this manual therapy or a lot of these massage techniques at home? And so one of the best ways to do that is what's called foam rolling. And what it is it's a soft tissue release technique where you're able to release some of those knots or trigger points or increased tone that are along the muscles of the body so that you can equal that length tension relationship. So every muscle in the body has what's called a length tension relationship, and they function best when they're in the middle of that curve. So for example, with my bicep over here, in this position, my bicep, not that there is much of a bicep, but my bicep is in its most shortened position or the most contracted position. And in this position right here, it's the most lengthened or elongated position. The optimal amount of function for each muscle is in the middle of that point. And so foam rolling can help decrease tone and almost reset the muscle so it's able to function in its most optimal position. Guys, so right here we have a foam roller. This is a grid foam roller. There are many different types. I'm going to leave that to another video to go through all the different types of foam rollers, but this is a very good one that we use in the clinic a lot. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to foam roll different areas of the body. So we're going to do glutes, we're going to do thoracic spine or mid-back, we're going to do quads, we're going to do hamstrings, and we're going to do calves. Another question that I get a lot in the clinic is, when do you foam roll? Do you foam roll before a workout? Do you foam roll after a workout? Do you foam roll during a workout? There's so much different opinion and controversies and research and opinions on this. I typically like to foam roll either before or after a workout. I'm not particular which one. The research is not very clear on it either. And I think that it has great effects if you do it before, because it helps to loosen you up before the workout. And at the end of the workout, when you're super sore, it helps to decrease a lot of that tone, which also really feels much better. Another frequently asked question I get by almost every single patient sometime within the time we're seeing each other is, do I foam roll or do I stretch? Is stretching the same as foam rolling? Is it different? Should they be done together? This is another larger topic, which I'll discuss more in a future video. But in a nutshell, some of the latest research that's coming out is showing that foam rolling has the ability to really increase tissue extensibility in the muscles much quicker and more efficiently than static stretching does. That's not to say that there is not a place for static stretching, but it does seem like foam rolling is kind of taking over that realm. All right, now that we've talked about a lot of the frequently asked questions, now I'm gonna take you through a foam rolling routine. So we're gonna start with the mid-back, which is the area between the low and the upper back. In this area, a really good area to foam roll because there's a lot of real trigger points there and a lot of restrictions with people in their mid-back. So I'm gonna take the foam roll, have it right over here. This one we're gonna do on our backs. Good way to start in the mid-back is with your hands like this, so you're taking up the slack with the skin. And you're gonna lift up. And you're just gonna go right in the mid-back area, using your legs to propel you back and forth. If you find an area of like restriction where you feel there's like a real tender spot, you can actually just kind of hold it right there. Almost do a self-trigger point release. And then move on to like another spot. And then you can just roll it out. Now, a lot of people ask, how long do I do it for? Well, like I said, you can either just roll right through it, or you can find specific knots or tender regions and just hold that for about 20, 30 seconds until you feel it release. And I would say about 2 to 5 minutes is a good number to have for each region. So for the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna actually come onto your stomach and we're gonna work the quads now and foam roll the quads. Now in the quads, most of the area to foam roll is the outside of the quads, what we call the vastus lateralis, just one of the outer quad muscles, and that typically has the most tone or the most trigger points, knots, areas of restriction over there. So we're gonna come on to your forearms over here. Now, doing foam rolling like this does take a decent amount of upper body strength. There are ways to foam roll with a stick that is much easier, and in the future I'm gonna actually do a whole video just on using the stick for people who it's a little bit more difficult to get on the floor and do a lot of this upper body work. So for the quads, what we're gonna do, we're gonna have the foam roll over here, right by the legs, and we're just gonna go back and forth like this. Now, this is more the central or the middle of the quads. To bias it more to the outside, I'm just gonna turn my body and turn my foot in, so I'm getting more the outer part of the quad. And again, same like in the mid-back, I can just hold and wait to release. Hold and just wait for that knot to release. I don't have to just go back and forth the whole time. I can find specific tender areas and just hold it there and wait for it to release. And again, about 2 to 5 minutes, back and forth. Okay, for the glutes, we're gonna come onto the side. And we're gonna come right into this position over here, where we're gonna use the top leg to help go back and forth, and the bottom leg in this position, nice and straight. And so what we're gonna do is, using the top leg and the arm, we're gonna go back and forth like so. Now, to get the glutes, because they're more in the back versus the front of the leg, what we want to do is we want to just do about a quarter turned out to the side here. And once we get a quarter turned out, you're gonna get more glute. If you're too much onto your side, you're gonna get more of the pelvis, or maybe even a little bit of the quad or the TFL area. So we want to be a bit quarter turned out there. And then I'm just using my leg here and my arm to go back and forth. Again, I can hold a few spots. This is a real tender spot right here, so I'm gonna hold it and just let it release and let it ease up. When I say release, I mean maybe it's not hurting you as much as it was when I first was on this spot. Once I feel it easing up, the tension is not there anymore, or it's a lot less, I can go on to another spot. Okay, and then again, you can do a roll through again, and about 2 to 5 minutes in this area. 2 spots left. We're gonna go through the hamstrings now. So the hamstrings, you have the quads in the front, hamstrings in the back. Hamstrings, very similar to the quads were, just the reverse. So we're gonna use the hands again to hold you up. And we're just gonna roll the hamstrings back and forth. Trying to get any of those trigger points out and decrease that tone. For the calves, same idea. Just a little bit lower down. I would say if there's one area that's the most difficult to do, it's the calves with this long foam roller. Typically the calves I like to do with a stick. It's a lot easier. So I'll show you guys hopefully soon how to do that. But to do it with a long foam roller, it takes a lot of upper body strength, a lot of tricep strength. You're gonna lift up, and again, you're going back like this, but it's a little bit harder because it's the furthest away from your body. So you're really having to lift your entire upper body and roll back and forth with your arms. You don't have any leg support because, well, you're foam rolling your legs. And again, you're looking for any trigger points. And again, you can hold on those areas. And find another area, ooh, right over there. And again, about 2 to 5 minutes in this area. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys really enjoyed. If anyone is interested in purchasing the foam roller that we use in today's video, I'm gonna link it in the description down below. It's a great way to start. It's called the Grid, and it can get at a lot of those trigger points that we talked about. In addition, if you guys want to keep seeing more of these videos, definitely hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel so that every time we post a video, you are notified. We're going to be trying to post 2 to 3 videos per week. And if you guys have any suggestions for videos that you'd like to see us do that help improve your movement, decrease pain, or improve your strength and stability, definitely let us know in the comments down below. See you guys next time and have a great day.